Yeah. So, but you were talking about that Fortnite thing.
Yeah, so I guess that's a big thing nowadays is Fortnite. And I don't know. I've never really played it, so I wouldn't know. But
You know, it kind of reminds me of not so much the game because I kind of have an idea what the game's about, but it kind of reminds me like the hype is kind of like RuneScape, but it's almost like RuneScape was more like kind of just directed towards certain people. But I feel like almost like everybody plays Fortnite, even like fucking adults. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it's like they're all addicted to it and can't get off it. But
Well, it's just like, but I think that's the whole idea about games, right? Is like they
yeah,
want you to get addicted, so you keep playing. Like if it wasn't addicting, then they'd be losing. I'm like people play a game for one night and be like, okay, fuck it, let's go do something.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like, but yeah, I don't know. It does remind me a lot about RuneScape. Like RuneScape, man, I actually miss that game though.
Yeah, that
I
was a good
can't even
game.
remember what happened. I just stopped playing it one day and then haven't played it since.
It happens. Just like the old Game Boys, if you ever had those.
I did have a Game Boy.
Yeah,
I did have a Game Boy.
those were pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I had a Game Boy. No, sorry, I didn't. I before I had a Game Boy, I had a Game Boy Color. I started off with that. My sister got one too for Christmas, and then I think when our house got broken into by some freaking snakes, man. Uh, like I'll never forget that. It really sucked, but yeah, some assholes broke in our house, stole a bunch of stuff, and then we lost those. And then I think I got. I want to say the Game Boy. It was like Advanced or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't get that how people just break into people's houses, man.
Well, fucking
No respect, right?
drugs,
Yeah,
money, whatever.
but
Uh, but
I guess you can't really. Hopefully
well, there's nothing
someday,
you can really do
yeah,
about it. If someone wants to break in your house, someone's gonna fucking break in your house,
yeah.
But yeah. After that, then I had the advanced, and I don't know what happened to that. I think I just got a new one. Then there was like that, that one. It was like a like the square thing.
Okay,
It
yeah, yeah,
opens up and
yeah,
it would
yeah,
be
yeah.
like a square,
Yep.
and it would even take like Game Boy Color like
Okay,
games,
yeah, yeah.
like the slots.
Yep. I
Yeah, I
remember
remember
those.
those. But
Those were
they
kind of
have,
fun.
but like the ones that were designed for just the thing, they were like about like this big. It was like a little slit. I don't know what it was. Um, but that was pretty cool. I had that for a number of years, but I think I smashed the one because I just lost control over games and
Yeah, it
just
happens, man.
freak out about everything. But yeah,
Yeah, another thing was PlayStations.
yeah,
Very first
PlayStation. I was
PlayStation
always a
I had.
PlayStation boy.
Yeah.
Were you a PlayStation boy?
Yep.
Yeah, I
I
had
switched to
a
Xbox for a couple. Like I had Xbox and PlayStation,
yeah.
but then I was like, no,
Mhm.
Xbox is not worth it, man.
Yeah. I think I started off with a PlayStation, and I think that's the one that got stolen. I think it was a PlayStation, and then I got PS2. Yeah, no, sorry. My PlayStation also got stolen at that time, and then it was and then I got PS2, and that was pretty sweet. And PS2 at the time was like freaking awesome. And I remember I got that Lord of the Rings game. Oh, fuck, if I could ever play it for like PS4, I would.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
if they
great.
had it.
I mean, the graphics, I probably look at it, it's like completely shit, but like, it was great.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that new Red Dead Redemption to come out too. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Well, I have seen it. It's pretty sweet.
Should be a good game.
Hmm.
I guarantee though they said that you play as a different character. A lot of people were mad about that.
So you don't play as John
Wasn't no.
Marston.
So it doesn't make any sense.
So
Why?
it's like I don't really get that though. It's like I mean I get it. Like they had to at least put John Marston in, but it's like okay, so it'd be like making The Last of Us Part Two, which they are, but you're not gonna play as Ellie. Like that would not make sense for to play another character, but yet Ellie is in the game. That just
Yeah.
fucking that makes no
No, it
sense.
doesn't.
It's kind of stupid.
I don't
But
know. That's what a lot of people are complaining about. But
oh well, you
I
don't like it, don't play
yeah
the damn game.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was good games. I think though I'll never forget. It's weird that I remember this. There was a couple games I played for PlayStation that me and my sister used to play together. There was the one where you were like in it was like a racing game, but you're like these like little space not spaceships, but like The only thing I can compare it to, in like Star Wars where you
It was
have
a Star Wars, wasn't it?
no, it wasn't Star Wars. It was like but in Star Wars where you have like planes in Star Wars, they're kind of like little like fighters.
Yep.
Well, it's like that design, but it wasn't car. You weren't racing with cars. You were racing with those kind of things, and I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find it on Google. You find anything on Google.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, no, it was pretty cool. It's a good game. I really enjoyed playing that. I just remember like the music was always really creepy to me for some reason, and there was always maps that scared the shit out of me. I don't know why. I was weird as a kid, but
Another good game was Skyrim. I don't know if you ever got into that or not, but
yeah, no, that was a good game.
they're supposed to come out with a new one.
Like we mean like a new like
Skyrim, like Elder Scrolls 2 or something.
that'd be cool. But they gotta really like up their game. So there's a lot of things that they should like add in with it. So I think with Elder Scrolls 2, you should be able to do a lot more. And there should be a lot more kind of stuff. Like I know you can get married, but you should at least. I'm not talking about like let's get porn going on here, but I just mean like just a little bit more realistic. Like, oh, I have these feelings about you, and then it's like, and then the guy or the girl, like you can. I think you can have like a gay marriage or like a lesbian marriage on there, but like it'll be like, oh, I feel the same feeling about you too, and then they go and they just go into the one chapel place, and then you get married, and it's like, hello, dear, what can I make with you? What can I make for you? It's like, it seems so like
Yeah, it's not.
virtual. There's no like like I know it's a game, but like most games they at least trying to make it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
I don't know,
No, that's understandable.
but that's one thing I would change. And two, I'd probably go for just like different tasks and a little bit more like um, maybe like a kind of the same story.
Yep.
Not sorry, not the same story, but like kind of the same map. But instead of having like the Imperial War or like the whatever the other um, stormcloaks,
Yeah.
they shouldn't have that anymore. Have a different story, but kind of keep it like have the story continue from there. So whatever choice you make, it's kind of like the Walking Dead games. Whatever choice you make will result in the next game, but not the same thing. So like, no matter what you did, it doesn't matter. Whoever won, whoever didn't win, whatever, it wouldn't matter. But they should go on from there. And then I think like after that, they should kind of just I don't know. They should just continue the story. That's just me though.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that'd be cool. But yeah, man, like all like that Fortnite shit. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna play it. I mean, I'm not saying it's shit. I just said that Fortnite shit. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't think I'd play it. But that's just me.
That new PUBG too. I guess everybody's over.
What?
PUBG or something. It's like
PUBG.
Fortnite, and it's like you can drive and stuff. I don't know. I heard about it. Everybody's trying to get addicted to that too.
Interesting.
There's nothing wrong with that, but the most annoying though is when people invite you to Fortnite constantly on your PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah, it's like fuck.
When
I don't want to
trying
play it.
watch Netflix, relax.
You know what was really bad at the time was there was this well, it wasn't a free game, but you didn't have to buy the disc. It was a Friday the 13th game that came out last year, and it was a good game, but they started off with multiplayer, so everybody was playing it at the time, and people just like they would keep sending you requests until you had to be like, okay, just fucking come in because like, or fuck, I'll join you because you're annoying the crap out of me. So, yeah, so I just remember that at the time, and that was pretty crazy. So I couldn't imagine Fortnite because I think Fortnite is like beyond freaking craziness. So
well, and like apparently people spend a lot of money on there too. Like I guess one guy in my class for college was saying that his buddy spent like $200-$300 because he was buying like the battle pack and the skins and all like the dance moves and stuff. And I'm like, oh, just over a game, man. Like,
dance moves.
yeah, you get to do like different dance moves for your character. I didn't understand.
I don't know. That's just I don't know. Like I said, like good
it's
for people that
everybody,
yeah, you know, I know it's not for everybody. Good for you if you like it. Yeah, exactly. You know, great, but whatever floats your boat. But I don't know. I just
So
no,
some for
not
some
not for
people,
me.
man.
Not
Yeah.
for me.
No.
I'd rather be working out at the gym.
Yep.
And getting a sick freaking pump than playing Fortnite. Hey, and I'm like I said, I got nothing against the game. That's just my thing. For anybody that likes Fortnite, so yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. I've just never really been a big gamer. I have in the past just because I go to the gym, but now that I'm not in school, I don't have that extra. I guess that extra time
Yeah.
that I am taking. So other than going to the gym, I work part time, and if I'm not having a crazy ass week, then I got a little bit extra time, and I mean I do go with my girlfriend's or she comes here quite frequently. Um, if I'm not doing that, if I have like today, I think I did. Okay, so I got up, I finished my video that I put on YouTube, which is freaking awesome. And then I went. No, I had some food. Of course I did. And then I went to the gym. And then came home. And then I was still waiting on my video. And then I had to go cut the grass. And then I think I played a little bit of NHL 18.
Yep, that's a good game.
It's a good game, but they got to change a couple things.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah.
there's yeah.
But I think after I cut the grass, I played NHL 18 for a little bit. And then basically after that, I think after that, yeah, no, and then I just, yeah, I don't really think, I think I just played NHL 18, and then and then my girlfriend called me, and then we were just chatting on the phone, and then I was like, then I hopped in the shower, and then I was out, and then my aunt and uncle came over, so I sat with them for a bit, shoot the shit with them, and then my ass was out to work, and then I've been at work, and now I'm here, so, I mean, there's days where, yeah, I have nothing, I'm completely doing nothing, so I could play games all day if I really wanted to, but I just don't. That's just,
Yep.
it's just not my thing. But, I'm kind of like a social gamer, I guess. People call them if you call somebody like a social smoker, they only smoke if they're drinking or if they're out to the bar or whatever.
Yep.
But for
Exactly.
me, I'm like a gamer. I'm just more like, hey, got
Social,
a
yeah.
couple hours to myself. I'll play some games and I've never really been a Call of Duty guy. I did get the new the Call of Duty
Three.
World War Two.
Is it two? Yeah.
Two, and that game's pretty sweet. But man, I just I stopped playing it because I was losing control of my anger, man. And and I find it's great that it's weird. It's hard to say that. Well, people need to stop losing their control over a game that's so much fun because you want to achieve this and this and this, A to point B to point C, and you want to have fun. But is it really truly worth all the anger and freaking out? Because I mean, some people they're not like that. People don't take games seriously, but a lot of people just can't control that. And I think Call of Duty kind of, in my opinion, can deliver a bit of that, um, anger. Not anger, but just frustration
Yeah.
and unnecessary frustration. But I don't know.
The guy's in here too. The
Yeah.
cat.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Guy wants to do that. Guy can come in. Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like you come home from work and you don't got all that time, right?
mm-hmm.
As you used to.
No, that's right.
It happens
That's
though.
right.
Apparently they're supposed to be coming out with a new Grand Theft Auto too. That's a big thing, but
Grand Theft Auto. You mean? Oh, you mean you were
Six.
saying two as TOO. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like number 6, or maybe they might just redo it and just say Call of Duty, or what the fuck? Did I say Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. My apologies. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the last one was really good, but I
think
find
they can do better, man.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. I just the last game was good, really really cool, good.
Graphics were good. Or,
my
well,
my
they were
mind's like
pretty
a
good.
fucking dishwasher right now. I can't say I can't make my mind between good, awesome, or great. But it was just if I had to set my mind on it, I'd say it was good, but it could have been better, and there was improvements in it. And I didn't like the fact though that I can't believe like that the Rockstar games. I think that's what they're called, Rockstar games. They're continuing to push on like getting people to buy more like these online shit. Like it's just they keep making up ridiculous stuff. It's like just stop.
Yeah.
You guys aren't making any more money. Just stop.
Yep,
Let it go.
exactly. And they
Let it
don't-
go.
They're just still trying to figure it away.
Mm. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I think like people like and I mean like I don't want to bash people that play games because I mean I play games too, but people need to realize like you have so much more to do in life than just play games, you know? Like if people really realize like how much time you have during the day to not waste, or how should I say it? If people realize if they have a lot more time in the day to not waste, that yeah, to not waste, like it'd be crazy. Like I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger said something like, like he would talk about how he would work out and not try to waste time during the day because time's so important, and it is. Like people don't realize time goes by so quick, and it's important to like when you're doing something or you're hanging out with people, always cherish every moment because things go just like
Yeah,
that.
anything can change.
Like when like I sometimes don't always think about it, but like when I go to my girlfriend's place and I'm driving home, I'm thinking, okay, well, I can't wait to get home because I just driving in general, it just kind of sucks sometimes. It gets boring. But then I think about it, I'm like, I need to realize how great a time I had at with my girlfriend because this drive could be my last. I can
Yep.
be swiped. I could be creamed off, creamed off the road. And
Pretty
you
much.
know, well, no, so quite literally. You see some of these accidents.
Yeah, I remember the transport on the one day, the way
Man,
home, man. Remember that? Because that guy almost got.
dude, you know what? My girlfriend, she's told me the same thing. So apparently, I think if the way she explained it to me, it was she was gonna, you get the fast lane on your left, and then the right lane is usually where all the truckers go. Well, the trucker was on the fast lane, so she was thinking about going around him because this guy wasn't, he wouldn't move his ass. So she was gonna go around him. Well, as soon as she was about to go around him, that excuse me, he went back into the right lane.
Uh oh. Right in front of her.
It's like wow, excuse me, wow, like really, like. I don't know. I just think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
No, I
I
understand
don't
that.
know.
The drivers out there nowadays, right? It's.
Well, is it actually true what you told me about those guys that like drive the trucks? They cut a hole in the fucking seat and they take a shit through it. Is that actually true?
Yeah. This is what I got told. People, I guess, apparently, like, other people from like transport and like foreign countries and stuff have to like they cut a
Oh,
hole.
foreign countries.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Oh,
around here.
yeah, that shit wouldn't fly here, man. Like they'd have it'd be
So,
on the
anyways, in
news.
foreign countries, apparently they cut holes in their like the ground of the transport, and then they just use the bathroom that way. And then I guess a lot of people or mechanics are complaining because when they have to work on the truck, right, it's all underneath the truck.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just the smell you gotta get around,
Yeah,
but all that shit that gets into like roofs and like whatever they have to work on, or
yeah,
things
that's
aren't
just
working properly because you got shit all over everything. Or shit or piss or whatever you got, whatever fucking they're doing. Yeah, so I don't know. That's just disgusting. I don't know if that shit would. I don't believe that's happening here. That shit wouldn't fly here. But like I could see that happening in other countries because
yeah.
they're not probably having their inspections on their trucks and everything. Like, but I don't know. A really good guy to talk to, but that would be buddy of mine, Mason Maynard. Great guy, by the way. Um, like I'm pretty sure he's still a trucker. I'm almost positive. But I mean, I haven't talked to him about work or anything for a while, so that could have changed. But last time I talked to him, he was doing trucking and he was working for Gibson's,
Oh,
and he like I guess like he likes to like listen to podcasts and stuff on the way to work and stuff. But yeah, no, I guess for truckers, man, like that would be kind of a boring ass job. You're just always driving, but
yeah.
it's not. It's like any job. You get used to whatever you're doing, right? But Yeah, like if you would talk to him, I think like
He'd be like,
he would tell you like what's going on for sure. But like I don't if he'd probably say the same thing I am. That shit's not flying here because like
yeah, you
this is
can't. We have a lot of
this is
laws, right?
fucking Canada. This is not we're not third world
Country.
country. Like that might happen in say India, but that's not happening or India or other places like that. Like that might happen there. But shit ain't flying here. That's for sure. But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy though. Like and I don't know why I thought about this, but like with trucking and stuff like that, jobs like that are happening all the time because it's a job that we're gonna need. We always need someone to transport goods and other things like that, right? It's crazy how they're always hiring for jobs like that because nobody wants it, yet everybody needs a job.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how the jobs they're just flying out the window like paper, man. And it's crazy that people have to like people with college or university degrees are going out and they're slaving their asses on the road. They don't want to be a trucker, but they got to do that because well, I got food. I have food I have to put on the table for my kids because now this is the world where I have to go to university, waste a bunch of fucking money, and then not even get a job in my field or never get a job in my field because I mean I understand with technology that's why a lot of like the factory jobs are going, and I'm sure there's other reasons, not just technology, but there's just a lot of I'm sure there's a lot of reasons, but it just sucks. Like it sucks. Like especially like if you look at Navistar and Chatham,
Yeah.
when Navistar was in Chatham and all those other places like factories, Chatham used to be booming. Like my dad would tell me like Chatham, um, like I mean of course London's always been bigger. London, Windsor, all those places have always been bigger. So if you really wanted to go out and do stuff, you could go to those places. And but Chatham used to be a really, I guess, apparently from what my dad told me, and just seeing videos and old pictures, Chatham was a booming town. It was like you could come here and you could live here just like you did in Windsor. Like my dad told me, there used to be like 6 or 7 or 8, 9, about 8, 9, maybe not 8, maybe 7 really, really good bars. Not just 7 or 8 bars. Like they're all good bars, and it would be like going to London. Like like you've been to London where
They
you
have
got
that
good
nice
bars,
bars,
like
yeah.
nice bars. I mean, maybe some of them aren't nice, but like they have a lot of variety. Variety you don't have in Chatham. And I mean, hey, I'm from Chatham. In my opinion, it's a nice small town. Maybe not. There's not a lot to do. But I feel genuinely safe. Um, but that being said, like you look at things like the bars. Now, if they did have River Rock, they would be pissy, man. Remember, like I can remember the good old days, like going from like hopping,
Yeah, River
like
Rock to the.
like hopscotching from like River Rock to
I went to the Nest a lot.
the Nest. Yeah, the Nest is a dump though, in my opinion. But I think a
Yeah,
lot of people
it's
would agree
no.
with me.
There's a good couple good bands they have once in a while, right? But
Yeah, I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that that I mean, yeah, I think everybody would say that one place was a dump. But in River Rock though, if they had somebody take over and buy that place, and maybe even if they called it River Rock, I don't give a crap. Just like, just be more like if they called it River Rock or whatever, what I don't give a shit what they call it, but just kept it open. I guarantee that there'd be a lot of people
a lot of
going.
business.
Like
Yeah.
I did guarantee downtown Chatham, like on a Saturday night, what it would be like freaking nuts again. Because I remember at the time, I like I said I remember back in the day, like my early couple years when I was able to start drinking legally. I remember going back and forth with my buddy Andrew and his like his ex, but like his girlfriend at the time. We used to go out all the time. We'd go back and forth. But you see, like there's fights and
Yeah, there's a
go,
lot of
yeah,
drama
yeah.
there, right?
Like there was always bullshit going on. But it was fun. Like it was just good night. Like you knew you had a good night. It was good. But now, River Rock is closed and
Yeah, it's kind of
sucks.
slowed
Now
down.
I go to London party
Or
because
Windsor, that was
well,
a
Windsor
comfortable
is
place.
good. Windsor that one night that was a good night.
Yeah.
But like I can't do like I know I'm not trying to say I'm old and then people that are like 30 or 40 they're like, oh, shut up, you're so young. Yeah, but like I'm old in terms of like drinking age. I find like, and I'll explain that. Like I just feel like you get to that age where you get tired of going out all the time. Like back when I turned 19 all the way up to about I think 20ish, maybe 21, maybe 21. I used to go out every weekend, like just pound pound pound, like every weekend, Friday, Saturday, every weekend, and it was just like, yeah, I feel like shit, and I go to Arby's next morning.
Yeah, I know
Like,
you did because I seen you like a couple times.
I mean, like I can't do that now. I have a career. I can't pull
Yeah,
that.
we all just grow out of that. What do you call it? Teenage
Yeah,
kind of
you just grow
stage,
out of
whatever.
that. Back in the day, but like,
Now it's just work.
it's now you gotta really. Well, I didn't go into work drunk or anything, but like, like just going in feeling crappy and just just it was just crappy in general and like it just sucked, but like you just get to that point where it's just you have enough and I don't know. I just like even if I really wanted to now, I couldn't do it. I just like once in a while I can go out, but like I think the last it was when me and you we went out last Saturday, not last Saturday, the Saturday before to London. We went to the
Yeah,
house party.
yeah.
That night I got pretty lit, man. That was a bad night because that next morning I was feeling it, and I never get hungover. But that night I really felt it because I don't normally drink that much, but the fact that like
Yeah,
the
dude, you
fact
had
that
like a
I
whole bunch of mixed stuff, and
well
I don't
just
know what you had at the bar, man, but
oh man I think I had well we started off I had all 6 beers and then we also had and then
you
I
had
went
Fireball.
we both shared that fireball a little bit of it and then I'm not gonna get into what happened. I don't want to talk about it.
Doesn't matter.
Well, and then you freaking got caught. Well, you got caught with it at the
Because I
bar.
forgot,
Well,
yeah.
no, I forgot about it too. It wasn't like we were trying to sneak it in. I
I
just put
wasn't
it in your
even
back
drinking
pocket.
it in there. That's the
No,
thing, I just had it in my back
I think
pocket
you
and
just
it
had it in
came
your
out.
back pocket, but we didn't plan. I don't think we planned on bringing it in. It was just like one of those things where,
Yeah, like I thought I left it at
and
Tiana's
I mean,
house.
if you think about it, it's like that big, right? So you don't. If it was a Mickey, you would have thought about it.
Yeah, like a
It's like
big.
having a pen in your back pocket. There's times where like it's you don't notice that it's in your back pocket, and I wouldn't have if it was on me. I probably never would have thought about it. Um, but yeah, no, like that's just it's one of those things, and I'm just surprised you got in. That freaking baffled me. That's pretty crazy, and I never even thought
Apparently
about
they
it.
search you all the time.
What?
Apparently, like they search you before the door.
Well, they didn't search you that night, that's for sure.
I don't know how you didn't see it when I walked in. Like they look.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was drunk. I was messed up that
Yeah.
night. And then I think like at that bar I had about 3 or 4 more beers. So I was like I was at number 10 and then I had a little bit of that fireball like before we went and then came back and I had more drinks. I was just a mess. I was just a freaking mess. But
Oh well, good
it
times.
was a good night. It was a good night. I
Well, that's
agree.
what I mean. Like you don't do it every weekend now. It's just like once in a while, right?
Yeah,
It's
no,
nice
once in a
to
while is good. Like
moderation, I should say, right?
yeah, no, once in a while is good for sure. Um, yeah, once in a while is good, but yeah, I don't know, man. But even then, like, it's just like even when I go out, it's just like I just for some reason like yeah, I like to go out with my girlfriend, and if she wants to drink a little bit more than I do, that's great. I just like for me, I just excuse me. I mean, I gotta really be in the mood to be like I'd rather. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to go out and have fun and go out with my girlfriend and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's more like I just like if I were to get like really messed up, get really drunk and stuff, it would be more like going out to like I rather like go to a big party like someone I know and like a lot of people I know there and just have a good big
Good time.
bonfire and yeah, a good time like that. That'd be fun. but not like so much going to the bars anymore. Just because the last thing I want is getting drunk and then someone looks at me the wrong way. Not like that. Like I'm never aggressive drunk, but it's something that can always happen where someone hits you and then because you hit them back and it just causes issues. So I try to just kind of be a kind of positive guy
Yep.
and try to just go to the bar and have a good time and if I have a few drinks and and I go home and I sleep good and everything's good and sometimes I say stupid shit and I just I don't want to get it's just I've lived, man. Like I lived for a couple of years after being legally able to drink, and it's just I'm not trying to tell anybody you can't drink or you're an alcoholic, blah 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 blah. No, it's more like I'm not saying that people that drink more than I would. I'm not saying they're alcoholics or they need to stop drinking or whatever. And just it's my peace of mind. It's my opinion.
Yep.
I just find that like it's not that I don't like drinking anymore. It's just more like in my opinion I feel better when I haven't drank for a while, and a lot of times it helps me get control over myself. And I can go out and not drink as much, and I don't feel compelled to match up with everybody else and be like, oh, I gotta drink up and get catch up to everybody. I can just learn to go and have a good time, and that's I really learned that over time. And and I just feel like I can learn to go and not drink and still have a good time.
Yep.
And it
Exactly.
does help when it does help, especially when I don't get all screwed up, and then my girlfriend can actually hear what I'm trying to tell her. I'm not like,
Yeah.
I'm not all fucked up, and she can hear what I'm trying to say, and sometimes I get really drunk, and then for some reason, it's not that I'm an angry drunk, I'm not grumpy drunk. It's just for some reason I get to the point where I get really drunk. I get this like, get to my peak where I'm really having a good time, and then out of nowhere it just goes, and I'm just like I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm grouchy. I'm just like, oh, I just want to go to bed, and it kind of sucks. And not everybody's like that. Some people just keep going, woohoo, fucking party until like 3 a.m. and then they crash finally.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. Like I keep going to the bar until 2 or whatever, and I keep going to the end of the night. And man, like it was great, but now I'm not like that. Once I get to a peak, then it's like sometimes it's like 12:30 and it's okay bedtime. Like my ass is out. So I think like I mean some people don't get out of that but that's just me. But I think I've kind of I might have peaked my drinking not age. Like I said, like drinking age, if that makes any sense. Um, or some people never get that. Some people are just naturally drinkers. Like I like to drink, but I've never been a natural drinker. And I'm not saying these people are alcoholics, but I've never been. I don't think I've ever been a natural drinker. Like I've gone out, I've gone out, every weekend when I was younger, a little bit younger. But even then, that was my, and I would never drink during the week. There's a lot of people that like to drink their beer or wine
Yeah.
at dinner or whatever. I never been like that, and I mean, and
There's
maybe
nothing wrong with
it
that though.
might just help because my parents aren't like that. My sister's not normally like that. Like I think my sister might go out to supper and have a beer and stuff, but that's different because she would just go out, right?
Yep.
And even then, my sister, she's not a big drinker either. So I think it might just run in my family too that we just don't drink that much, and that's just what I grew up on.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong
So
with that, man.
yep,
That's good though. Like at least you're not abusing it, right? Like some
yep,
people do, and
yeah,
whatever. It is what it is.
right,
Life goes
right,
on, right?
yeah, absolutely. Um, like what's your whole take on the whole idea about drinking and stuff? Like what do you feel about it?
Well, I honestly feel
Like elaborate, I guess.
it's good in moderation as long as you don't abuse it or
Mm-hmm.
like if you have like that, like you said, you're not luckily an angry drunk, but there's some people out there that like to get angry or start fights when they're drunk, and they shouldn't and be drink too much
Mm-hmm.
to get to that point. And it's not for everybody, but honestly, like as long as people just you know use it as
Mm-hmm.
be smart with it and not like abuse it. you know
Yeah, no, and that's good. That's good. I just when you were talking about being angry drunk, you remember the night we went out in Windsor, we were at the Bull and Barrel. Well, I don't think you were. I know you're not angry drunk. I just like your reactions when you get so angry because you're kind of the kind of guy,
No,
and
because I got mad because the guy
because
spilled the drink on me, and then Emily spilled the
but
drink on me.
that's the problem because I turned my head. I didn't know what happened. All I saw was you were like, "What the fuck, man?" And the way you kind of like you're like the way you kind of get angry. It's like it's almost like it makes it look like you're just acting it. So like the when
Yeah,
I
no.
first not that I'm sure you were genuinely upset, but the way you were like doing, you're like, "Oh, what the fuck, man." The way you said it was
I don't
just too
know.
funny. But at the time I wouldn't laugh because I was like, oh shit, my buddy's gonna kick someone's ass. Um,
But yeah, no,
but
that's
no, I know you're never usually a fighting guy. It was just
no.
more like, hey, like blah blah blah,
Yeah, like if somebody spilled the drink on you, or
it's just
anybody,
like,
it's
hey,
just
like,
like,
what's your
what's
problem?
going on?
Like let it, you got beef, like Jesus.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like I just, and that's why I'm not a big bar guy.
no,
I'd
that's what I
rather.
mean. Go out in the
But
country.
also, like I said, I'm not a big drinker anymore. Like, yeah, like I find like I gotta be in the mood to be able to have more than 2 or 3 drinks. Like I have to be like really in the good mood, and I'm not usually in that mood too much, just because like I said, I think I peaked my drinking age, I guess. That I know
No,
that's
that's
probably not a thing, but like I'm gonna come up with that anyway. Like a drinking age, my drinking age is peaked. Like I just got to the point where yeah, I like to go out, but I'm not like I'm not as aggressive. Like I said, when I would drink, I either have one beer or I go fucking like as much as I could, and then I go home, throw up, and then go to bed. Like that was my nights every night, and now it's like a lot more control. I have a couple beers and I just drink water, and then I'm like, okay, I want to go to bed, and same with Emily, and it's like we go out drinking, and my night usually goes. I have a couple drinks, having a good time, have a drink here, drink a bunch of water, and then we go home, and I'm like, okay, well, I just want to go to bed.
yeah.
Like I'm just out. It's just, and I think it's just maybe that's just me, but also you think about it. I work all week, and sometimes even the weekend, I'm working out. You know, 5 out of 6 days a week if I can. This week it was more like 3.5, 4. But
Probably did too, man.
yeah, like this week or like normal weeks is like 5 out of 6
Yep.
weeks, or five out of six, or
Yeah, Monday
sorry,
to Friday, technically.
well, like no, sorry, 5 out of 7. Why did I say 5 out of 6 days? 5 out of 7 days a week, um, or 6 sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes on the weekend.
Um, oh, I got paused anyway. Um, like 5 out of 7 days, or 6 out of 7 days. Sometimes it gets screwed up, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I just get to that point. I'm just too tired, man. Just too freaking tired.
Yep. That's what happens, man. It just comes over time, right? You get
Absolutely.
busier, more obstacles in life as you grow.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just and a lot of times too. Not I've talked about drinking, but also like even talking about life. I've learned to just have an idea about life and how I should live my life and discover myself. I know we could, it sounds like I just went on, just smoked a bunch of pot, but no, that's not the case. I just like I feel like I've gotten to that point where I've really found myself and buddy of mine, Brandon, he's really a good guy to kind of like talk to and listen to about how you should view life and how things go on, and he really gives me a different perspective on things. But um, like I could talk about like how I kind of like I try to like view how my friends are and try to not let things like I try not to find drama in friends. Like if
Yeah.
like I remember I had a falling out with a couple people that I used to be. One was a friend and one was a couple acquaintances. Something happened. I'm not gonna talk about it, but something happened with me and this other guy, this other individual, and it wasn't my fault. I mean, I could see how it was on me, but if people knew the whole story, it would be like, okay, well, all right, I understand. Um, I can understand that, but in my opinion, it was never my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. It was just seen that way. Things were. Well, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of the word. Like the way it was perceived, I could understand how it was perceived, but I know I never did anything
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, I know exactly.
It was just, it's just one of the things that happened. Nothing. It wasn't really bad in general. It was just, one of
Yeah,
those things. I just lost a friend over it, and it was dumb shit, to be honest.
yeah, drama that
And
you didn't really need,
and
type
it
of.
was just really stupid shit that made no sense. But anyway, I just kind of realized that, what, it is what it is, and you know, and I just kind of realized, what, I just learned to say, fuck it. If that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be, and just let it go, and just, just hang out with people that that
Yeah, have a
just
small circle of
have
friends.
a small
Yeah,
circle,
that's what I have too.
and it was good,
And you know who your real friends are, like in that. You know what I mean? You just
absolutely,
keep them around.
absolutely, and yeah, I just, at times um, at times I just, I guess I'm trying to think of the way I'm saying it. Like there's times where I just think about, like, yeah, I just kind of think about, like, the people in my life and who I really need to do I really need to give a shit. Yeah, I can have acquaintances. Like there's people I went to high school with. There's guys that I knew from high school. Maybe I wasn't even friends with them in high school. Yeah, I can have a friendly conversation with them and say, "Hey, how's it going, buddy? How's things going?" But I don't think I could ever get back into saying, like, "Hey, let's hang out." Like I'm not into. It's great if I see them again and they want to hang out and chill, and okay, cool. But I just if I can never really get along with them in high school, maybe they've changed, maybe they've matured. Cool. However, it's not that I don't, I not that I don't think that they could be a cooler person now, or not that I couldn't get along with them now. It's just more like it's my personal choice. I just try to kind of keep myself away from advancing to make new friendships. I just kind of keep myself at ease and see how things run
Yeah,
out. I
exactly.
watch how things play out, and I watch it, and I'm just very careful about life now, and I'm trying to be careful with how I spend my time. Should I spend my time, saying, "Oh, I'm bored. I'm bored. There's nothing to fucking do." Excuse me. There's nothing to fucking do. Or I can either do that, or I can enjoy life and always find something to do. Never waste your moment. Always find things to do because
Make
life's
the
short.
yeah.
Life's short. And when people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do. I'm bored." Well, there's a lot of things you can do. Like I go to the gym. If I'm bored, I'm going to get a pump at the gym. Like
And
and
we're a very lucky country to have like our freedom, right? Like you got to think
absolutely.
of other countries
And I'm
and
not even gonna
stuff.
get into government because I could talk about
Yeah,
liberals and
what
all that
the
stuff
mess
all
they
night.
did, but anyways.
Oh, the mess. Yeah,
Yeah, you just
Ontario.
make the most out of every day, right? Like you
Exactly,
said,
and
life's
and
too
I just
short.
try to reevaluate life and reevaluate the value of being privileged because that's what I am. That's what I
Like what we all are really
or that's what we
Canadians.
all
That's
are
us
as
Canadians.
Canadians. Even if you have a bad upbringing, if you have parents that are both alcoholics, abusive, um, put you to the street, or maybe not that bad, okay, but like alcoholics, abusive, just not good parents. Yeah, okay. Does that suck? Yes, it does.
But
But
it
you are
doesn't
so
mean you're a bad
privileged.
person. Yeah.
No, and it doesn't make it, the outcome of you doesn't have to mean that you have to be that too. You can make yourself a better person because you are still, in a sense, privileged to be living in Canada, being free. Now, like, I mean, but at the same time, yeah, some kids aren't always privileged to have a parent that can have the money to put them in through college or to help them or
Yep.
help them support them through college or high school or whatever. And I feel bad. So when I think about life, I try to always reevaluate. Yeah, there's times where, yeah, I do say things that come out of my mouth, like, I can't think of, a really good
right at the
example
moment. But
right at the moment, but, there's times where, I try to sit back and reevaluate that, hey, I'm privileged. And I try not to take things for granted
yep,
and realize, yeah, did I have a crappy day at work or did I do this? Yeah, but I have a job that I have a good paying job for part time. And how many people at my age are getting that right now? Some are still flipping burgers at McDonald's, and I mean, quite frankly, they're going to be making $15 an
yeah,
hour.
there's nothing wrong with McDonald's. I
Freaking,
mean,
that's pretty
whatever.
damn.
Like if they're working there, right? That's what they do.
Excuse
But
me. Yeah, I mean they're making $5 less than I'm pretty. Well, I'm making 21 something now, but like it just it's like, I try not to take things like, oh, I'm having a bad day at work, just oh, like I try to just realize, what, it's work. I get paid to do it. Somebody has to do it. It's work. That's what it is. It wouldn't matter if I was getting paid to wipe someone's ass, or I was getting paid to do road work. I was getting paid to sit at a desk and type out letters for the judge, or
whatever.
judge, whatever it is. Like, a job is a job. It doesn't matter what you're getting paid to do. And if I get paid to take care of people, that's my job. And I gotta realize that, yeah, you're gonna have bad days and good days. So I try to reevaluate the value of life, and accept that things are, you know, things aren't. You're not gonna always have a good day. You're gonna have bad days and good days, and
Yeah.
that's just how life goes. And I just try to evaluate
And we all
and
have a
just
purpose too, man, in life,
we
right?
all do.
Everybody does.
Everybody has a purpose in life here. That's
A lot of people think
bang on the
sometimes they
spot.
don't, but they do. Everybody does. And, there's a lot of people, like, that would want to be more, like when some people say, like they give up on life and stuff. But there's a lot of people that are like, have cancer, have
Mm-hmm.
disabilities that they can't do the things that, us and some of us, like most of us individuals can do.
Absolutely.
So, like, you got to think of that, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's valuable. Like, everybody that thinks they're not.
Yeah.
Everybody is, right? So, yeah, it's just a
Absolutely.
good thing to keep, you know, telling
Absolutely.
yourself every day. And
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a good talk, man. I really appreciate having me on here, or having you on here.
yeah, I
And
appreciate you bringing me on. It was
thanks,
really
man.
good. No
Yeah.
problem.
Well, everybody, I was Jared Bond. I should have introduced you at the beginning,
That's all
but
right.
I just kind of went from there. And yeah. So thanks, man,
Yeah.
and I'll have to
Thanks,
do it again.
everybody. Yep.
All right.